Hello, good morning. Welcome to another live stream. A little bit late. Sorry, we were in the middle of something and
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was so late already.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Hi,
Hi.
welcome. Good morning, Teresa. Good morning, Angelica. Good morning, Lori. Good morning, Olivia, which gives you guys time to be here as well because you're usually not here either. So,
Yes, exactly.
now we're here all together.
We're here.
Good morning.
Yeah, sorry we didn't stream yesterday. Lily's school had like a Comcast outage.
Yeah.
And so I don't know why that means that they had to open later,
Yeah.
but it did. And so like the school didn't open until 8:30. Normally it opens at 7, and that's normally when I drop her off.
Yeah.
So it was weird. And like they had like a police officer like stationed at the door, which I thought was weird. Like
Creepy.
Like, why would you need a police officer at the door?
Why not?
Like, the doors are locked. Like, ain't no one
Yeah.
going in. No one's going to break the door down and send their kid in when there's no instructors in there and then just leave.
Yeah. Well, maybe there was an incident that we don't know about.
Maybe.
Or there was someone that got there at 7 and was like, God.
I know, but nobody there was at 7. Like,
Yeah.
no one from because when we got there, I got there at like 8:25 or something like that. The teachers and everything were just coming in. Like, nobody was
well,
there.
that's what
at
I'm saying.
7.
Like, they were probably someone came to drop off their kid at 7,
Well, maybe.
and they weren't there, and so they were like pissed and started kicking the door, or like,
I don't
yeah, I
know.
don't
There
know.
was notes all over
Parents
the
are
door
crazy.
that said like, "Hey, we're not opening till 8:30." I don't know. It just like seems silly. Nick, you're gonna have to insert my strike ball.
Strike ball. All right, let's pull it up. Let's see.
So yeah. Anyways, that's why we weren't able to stream yesterday because we had Lilypad with us all morning.
The old lily pad.
Hi, Colleen. Oh gosh, Colleen, time's getting winding down. It's already August. Comcast down was an excuse. Maybe. I don't know. Seems like a silly excuse. And like everything's touchpad, like how we like we like sign her in and everything like that. And there's people like, this isn't working. And they're like, it's broken. Like everything's broken today.
Everything's broken.
Everybody just bring your kid inside and don't call us because we can't pick up the phone.
Yeah.
Essentially, that's how it went. 11 days. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's crazy. I bet you're feeling all the feels right now, Colleen. So the topic from today is Kristen spit on her dentist. That's what we are discussing.
Yeah.
So something weird happened.
That's why we're here. But wait a second. Let everybody get here. I don't want to have to retell this.
It
damn
just
story
doesn't
again.
feel.
I think everybody's here. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's 4 people here. That's pretty much our audience.
Yeah.
Angelica says they couldn't have people check in. That makes sense. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I went for a regular cleaning yesterday. I go every 6 months. I'm pretty regular about my dental appointments.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. Little humble flex right there. But like
I show up on time.
I've
to get my teeth
always,
checked.
for the most part, like I've always kind of kept up on my teeth. Like there's been a couple years where I'm like, because I like moved and didn't want to get a new dentist or whatever.
Yeah.
But like for the most part, I'm like pretty good about it. And I have been since I've been like a little one.
An adult.
Yeah, because like my mom's best friend's husband was my orthodontist. So like we went all the time. So anyways, so I'm getting my teeth cleaned, which is a very normal thing to happen.
Very normal.
I don't freak out at this or whatever. And she's doing the little scrapey thingy where she's got the little scrapey tool and she's scraping the teeth. And she's kind of like asking me 1,000 questions. And I like have my hands in my mouth. First off, I was telling this to Nick. I go in there and she goes, hi. And I go, hi. It was at 2:00. And she goes, so are you off work early or are you taking like a long lunch break? And I said, oh, I'm already done with work. And she goes, oh, what time do you get off work? And I said, normally around like 10:30, 11. And she goes, oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
What time do you get up? And I said, I get up at 4. And she goes, oh my gosh, that's you must be an early riser. And I said, not really. I'd rather sleep until 9 every day.
They make
me. Yeah, like I'd be up till 1:00 if you let me. But I was like, yeah, like I've been doing it for like, it's for my job and I've been doing it for a really long time. So like, I'm kind of used to it. And she was like, okay. But the conversation wasn't like, well, obviously you're a radio show host.
Yeah. It was very much like, all right, well.
Yeah. Like it was very like, she didn't know what I did for a living.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I wasn't going to tell her. And then she turns around and like pulls up my charts and everything. And then she goes, so how's the radio industry? And I was like, where did you get that information from?
Yeah.
Like it just felt very weird.
It's like It's customer service, so I'm assuming there's a section that tells all
But,
about
like,
the people.
in my chart, there's, like, she works
Works
with
on
her
the radio.
because she was like, "Oh, how" "it's so much fun that you work with your husband." Like, she was dropping little nuggets of,
Yeah.
like, that she knew me. But, like, she clearly didn't know me at the beginning because why would she ask me if I was already done with work? Like, if she knew I was on the
Yeah.
radio, Like, clearly there's information being fed to her at that point. And I just thought that was odd. I was like, that doesn't need to be in my, like, notes.
Really? I mean, it's just a little like, here's some conversational
I'm
pieces.
sure it's like distinguishing things like about the person. Like this
Yeah.
person has a dog named Molly and they love that dog. Ask about how Molly's
Ask
doing.
about Molly.
I'm sure it's a customer service thing and like good for them for like caring and going the extra mile.
Yeah.
By the way, Garden City Dentist is like the best dentist. They're great. I love them so much. So like this isn't on them really. I just thought it was kind of weird.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, like I'm not used to people like making notes, personal notes about me in like my charts and stuff, right?
Don't know I'm on the radio.
They couldn't have what did Lori say? Angelica says then they couldn't have people check in on. Oh yeah, Could it be insurance group gave a clue? I don't know.
No.
I don't think
We're
so.
under like a basic. Everybody has this insurance kind of insurance. It's not like
Yeah.
Radio Row's insurance group.
Right. Like it seems weird. They make notes so that they can try to strike up conversations. Yeah, like that's totally
Smart.
what it was.
Yeah.
And they were very much like, who do you like and who do you not like? And what do you like about country? And do you listen to country? All the same questions we always get.
Yeah, but the fact that they reference me.
Yeah,
because
then they were like, oh, I was working on your husband this last time and he said how much he doesn't like Jason Aldean. And I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And she was like, is it because she was like, is it because he's so controversial? And I was like, no, he's only been controversial for 2 weeks. We've just always kind of hated him.
Just kind of hated him. We always knew he was kind of a douche.
We always knew he was the worst.
But I said Jake Owen. I didn't say Jake.
Oh, did you say Jake Owen?
Yeah.
Okay.
I always say Jake Owen.
Oh, okay, yeah, because she
Always
was like, who do you not like? And I'm like, I'm not a big fan of Carrie Underwood. And she was like, oh my god, I love Carrie. Whatever.
Of course you do.
Anyways, a lot of people like Carrie. She
Yeah.
has good songs. She's just boring to interview, and that's what I said. I was like, look, like she's a nice person,
She's
but
fine.
she's just not a great interview. Makes my life, it makes me work harder.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I don't like it.
So, anyways, so we're talking or whatever, and she's doing the little scrapey thing, and she's got the little like, the little squirt gun.
Okay.
She's squirting my teeth and whatever, and then all of a sudden, like a big, warm bit of water like shoots out of my mouth, which I thought was weird because the squirt gun's really cold.
I think they're warm. I think they're room temperature.
Okay.
Because if it was cold, it would hurt.
It would hurt, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. But like, it felt different than the water that she was spraying on me. And
Yeah.
I was like, well, that was weird. And she goes, oh. She goes, she goes, hold on, let me clean you up. And I thought her hand slipped.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, I must have hit like your salivary gland. And I said, what? And she goes, yeah, like that was your gland that like shot spit out at me. I was like, what? Like that's never happened to me in my entire life.
Well,
Like,
not a
what
lot
do
of
you?
people poke around back there.
What are you talking? But it's not like she was
Except
digging
me.
down. Like immediately, I was like, Nick's gonna make a sexual compliment. Like,
Except me.
so she's always, But it kind of like I'm saying this for you guys because you're my friends, but like it almost felt like sexual because it was like this unexplained squirt out of my mouth
Yeah.
into somebody's like hand.
Oh, like it felt like a money shot.
A little like from me, like because it was like.
Well, how's it feel? It feels good.
Yeah, like
inside
it was really Is that the trick of spitting without your lips? Like it was just I don't know what happened. And like I've been trying to look it up all morning. Like, is this a possible thing that happens? And I can't see. It's all like just telling me about the salivary gland and stuff. I'm like, but does it shoot?
Yeah. Can your salivary
Does it
gland
shoot?
randomly trigger? Like,
Yeah, like the whole thing was just like I don't know.
She found it.
She found
That's where the spot is.
The spot.
It's in the back of the throat. Who knew?
I know, but I mean, she wasn't in the back of the throat.
I think it's like over here. It's like right over here. So.
But I just and then like because we were having like this
have
lively
two.
conversation or whatever, gleeking. Is that what it is?
Two
Oh
or
my
four.
god!
Oh yeah.
But anyways, like it just felt I was really embarrassed afterwards because she was
yeah.
all like, "Oh, that's never happened to me before," and I was like, "Oh,
You're the
that
first.
feels really uncomfortable
You're
for
my
me
first
now."
money shot.
Yeah, like it was, and like I didn't want it to happen, and then it's like, where do you go from here?
Yeah.
You know?
hope it doesn't happen again.
I know.
She
Like the
puts
whole
on
time
gu-
I was like
she puts
thinking
on a
about
face
it.
guard now.
I was like, oh God, like it didn't go in her face or anything. It just like went on her hand because her hand's like right here or whatever.
yeah.
But I mean, still like the whole time I'm thinking like, please don't do that again. That was weird. And like, how did that even happen? And how does that get triggered? And is it going to get triggered randomly now? And why all of a sudden when I'm
She
like
broke your
41, is
gland.
this the first time this happening? And then, yeah, I'm like, did she do something to damage
Did you break my
me?
gland? Well, let's put your mind at ease. Let's Google it.
I can't find like
What's it called?
the salivatory gland. I don't know.
Chewing and sucking helps stimulate saliva flow. Try ice cubes or sugar-free
Yeah,
ice
like
water.
it's all about how to
Stimulate my salivary glands. Oh, I don't want
Yeah, it's all about like
stimulate.
how you can get more saliva. That's what I was looking at. And I couldn't find anything for like it shoots out at me.
Sometimes if you yawn, you'll briefly become a human fountain when a small stream of saliva erupts from under your tongue. This is due to the contraction of a muscle that pushes against the sublingual glands, which sends the saliva shooting out. Sometimes at great.
Ew.
I used to be able to do that on purpose.
Yeah, that's what gleeking is.
Yeah. Yeah, like you like. Yeah, God. Well, only when I was a kid. What's
Okay,
gleeking?
so let me read this
Can
again.
everyone do it? Yeah. How to
Go back-
gleek? 11 steps.
Go back up, please. Sometimes if you yawn, you really become a human fountain as well. This is due to a contraction of the muscle that pushes against this. Okay.
Yeah, that's the.
All right,
different
so it is a
gland.
thing.
That's a different.
God,
so
that's
yeah,
so
did you
embarrassing,
gleek over her?
right?
Did you gleek on her?
Yeah, that's essentially what it
But
happened.
it's not the salivatory gland.
What is it then?
They said it's
Saliva
a different
gland or-
They said it's a different gland. Sublingual gland.
All right. Well, she was like, "Oh, that's where the saliva comes out," kind of
Um,
thing. Ugh,
Can
gross.
can my salivatory gland shoot spit?
Yucky. It does. It's under
6
your
facts
tongue.
about
When
your
you were
saliva.
kids, my brother and I would attack each other. Gross. Ew.
Yeah, kids can do it for some reason.
I know. I do remember it from school, like people doing it and it being like a really gross, disgusting thing.
All right, I have
Okay, so
6
it is a thing that can
glands.
happen.
Yeah,
Ew. I feel so embarrassed
99%
now.
water. You're fine.
Yeah, well, saliva is.
Acts as a warning before you vomit.
Oh God, was I about to
Sometimes
vomit?
the
I didn't feel
sublingual
like I was
glands
about to
turn you into a
vomit.
human fountain. There we
But now I like don't want to go back.
go. You're
It's
fine.
like embarrassing, right?
It's not that
Because
embarrassing.
she made a
natural. Like,
point
it's
to
not like
say like, "Oh, this has never happened to me before." I
well,
was like,
it's
"Well,
probably bizarre.
this has never happened to me before either," and I'm
Did you
embarrassed
say that?
now. No, of course not.
You say, "Oh no, I do that shit all the time."
No,
You're
I have
the,
a friend that could do it.
you're
I
the first one
couldn't.
that took it in the hand, though.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Don't be embarrassed. No, I am. You telling me not to be embarrassed is not making me not embarrassed.
There's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's a natural.
She works in mouths all the time, but this has
Yeah.
never happened to her before.
She's also probably only been doing it for 2 years. I'm sure it's
I
gonna
don't
happen
know.
again.
She
Don't
took
fret.
forever though. I really like her.
There's a couple. I forget which one.
But she,
There's one that took me like an hour and a
It's like
half. I was
took
like,
her
why is this taking so
sweet ass
goddamn long?
time.
Yeah.
just scrape
But
and
you-
go, man.
But you were there and back in an hour, so
Wasn't a bad thing. But
I'm sure she has had way worse.
I doubt it.
I don't know.
She's getting spit on.
Well, I've asked her about like the things that she has to worry about, and like a lot of people don't brush, and like so there's like bad breath
Yeah. I
and
bet.
things like that, and I'm like, I'm sure it's
Well, I asked
people's
Doctor.
mouths are the grossest.
I asked Dr. Aaron last time because remember we had the discussion on the air of like, do you brush before you go to the dentist?
Yeah,
And you were like, no, because that's their job is to clean it out. Like, why would I brush before that? That's like cleaning before the house cleaner gets there. kind of
Yeah.
thing. And I brought it up with Dr. Aaron last time. And I was like, hey, like, how do you feel about how Nick feels about this? And his whole thing was, if you're the kind of person that will eat like a tuna sandwich and then just come right to the dentist without brushing, like, you're the kind of person that doesn't take care of their teeth.
yeah.
So, like, it tells me everything I need to know about you of if you go that extra step.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay.
I am horribly embarrassed by my mouth, so I definitely brush my teeth. So
no,
don't
I
worry.
know Dick does. Like, I think we just did that for
I
the
took
air.
that stance for the year.
Yeah, but like, yeah, he always brushes. Why are
Yeah.
you embarrassed?
Embarrassed what? About my teeth?
Yeah,
Because they're jacked up.
they're not jacked up.
They're not now.
Well, no, we
after
spent it.
$20,000 worth of work. Even now they're still not perfect. So it's not like
The top
I
is good.
I can't be like, this is $25,000 teeth, and they're like,
It's
I
just
think you
because
spent
they
the
were
wrong amount
so
of money.
messed up beforehand.
yeah. It's like, no, that was just to fix the problem. It's like,
Yeah.
that's not to make it look better. That was like, that's all the issues I had that got fixed.
Would you ever do like Invisalign or something?
If it was free,
Uh huh.
like, but other than that, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like, my front, these are good, so
Yeah.
that's good enough.
Yeah.
It's when you get down here that
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not like it's all jacked up. But then it gives me personality.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares if I have straight teeth. I'm on the
Everybody's
radio.
more worried about if everyone's looking at their teeth.
Yeah, and they're not so jacked up that people are like, when they see you. So,
No.
if anything, just gives me a little flavor. But I am like now starting
You're
to get
like
worried about.
Jewel.
I'm getting worried about Jewel was hot. Her jacked up teeth were so hot. When she fixed them, I was like, you're
like,
less hot now. You're less hot now. Same with Kirsten Dunst.
Did she have jacked up teeth?
She had like
she had the little fangs.
Yeah,
I think she still does. She just doesn't smile
she
anymore.
Might grow out. Yeah, that's probably. But now, like, I'm concerned about my scar. I never noticed it before, but like, it stays put when I laugh and like talk and shit. And so,
yeah. Well, that's just
how
it goes.
I fell on my face scar, so my lip didn't seal correctly.
Well, no, that's just what a scar is. It's
like a
frozen.
Chunk on
it's
my
like
lip.
frozen tissue.
Yeah.
You know.
So like
You're fine. Don't smile like that. You shouldn't be smiling like that ever. If you smile like that, nobody's looking at your lips.
It's true. I like to get the teeth going on, but
they're more worried you're going to stab them.
It's like my lip is ashamed of my teeth so much that it just stays there and hides it.
You're fine. That you can't even tell.
Yeah. But it makes my mouth look weird when I talk, and I hate weird mouths. I watch people their mouths when they talk, and if you talk funny, it throws me off. Like I hate Jennifer. Not what's her name? Jessica Simpson.
Yeah, I know you hate Jessica Simpson.
I hate the way she talks. Like I don't mind her voice,
weird.
but her mouth moves funny.
The way that she sings, right? Or
the way she sings. Yeah,
she's fine the way that she.
Her mouth moves funny when she sings, and it throws me off.
Like John Mayer.
I don't watch John Mayer.
Oh, he makes like funny faces.
Does he? Oh, I don't watch guy's mouth.
Well, that's weird.
I only watch the ladies' mouths.
Oh,
it's the only thing I'm interested in. Mouths.
That's your thing, right?
Yeah. So I have enough self-conscious problems to go to the dentist.
Dude. Great. Yeah, well, I asked my dentist, I was like, so I drink a lot of tea. I don't drink coffee. I drink tea in the morning. And I have like 2 or 3 cups sometimes. And I have a pot. Essentially,
sometimes she has a pot
I have a pot of tea every morning.
Which is only 1 tea bag.
It's not bad. It's just like, but tea is worse for you in staining than coffee is.
Yeah.
Of course. And so I have a cap on one of my teeth from a root canal or whatever. And I noticed that tooth is glowing white. And like the other teeth around it are less white. And so I was asking Dr. Aaron yesterday, I was like, so like, do you guys do bleaching? And he's like, we do. He's like, I would not recommend it. And I was like, really? Like, why? And he's like, it's like tanning for your teeth. Like you have to keep up with it. And like if you can overly tan, but then it eventually goes away. Like you have to constantly be doing it. You could use a straw, but then you get straw lines on your lips. And
so
I'm more concerned about that. Yeah. And so I was telling Nick, I was like, yeah, like, so I'm not going to bleach my teeth or whatever. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, honestly, like my teeth are like the last thing I'm worried about. I have so many more self-conscious issues than my teeth.
Teeth are fine. Yeah.
I'll be all right.
Yeah, good teeth. What was I gonna say? Oh, Lori, I thought I'd let you know that whatever I was doing on those last 2 games was wrong, and I'm hurting. I have been for the last couple days. So my collarbone now hurts today, and then yesterday my arm hurt, and it still kind of hurts today.
Do you want to give some context to this?
I'm telling Lori. Lori's the only one that cares.
Well,
so I went bowling over the weekend for a bowling tournament.
Yeah.
And I figured out what my ball wanted from me.
Yes. You got a new ball.
I bonded with the ball. I got a brand new ball. Bonded with the ball.
I got a brand.
Figured out, bowled like shit first 3 games.
Yeah.
Figured out what it is I have to do to get my ball to work.
Yeah.
And so I did that at least 20 times. About the 10th time, my arm started to hurt. Which in bowling, your arms should never hurt. If your bicep hurts, you're throwing wrong. Like you should not be using your muscle to throw the ball if you're throwing a good bowling ball. Like it seems like you would, but you don't. It's all about momentum and stuff like that. So when my arm started hurting, I was like, oh shit, I'm doing something wrong. But I'm on strike 5. Like I'm kind of on a run here.
Yeah.
And if I stop now, I'm going to stop being on a run. So I just kept forcing myself to do what I knew was working. And that involved kind of turning my arm in and then using a little more muscle to get where I wanted to go. So because of that, now my shoulder hurts, my arm hurts. If I go bowling again, I could possibly rip something. So I'm now out of bowling for a couple weeks. And good news, I don't have to bowl this Sunday. But the main problem is now I don't know I have to like find a way to make that happen without messing up my arm.
Yeah.
Because that's what needs to happen for me to get, because I got 9 strikes in a row. Like that's what needs to happen for me to get a strike. So I have to find a way to make that happen without doing it incorrectly, which is a whole
Knowing what the balls want is
I know what
key.
I know what it wants now. Now I don't know how to give it to it without hurting myself. And honestly, it's almost worth it. I hit a 270 and it was a beautiful 270.
Yeah.
It wasn't like oh shit, he got lucky 7 out of 9 times.
Yeah.
Like, no, each ball I threw was a fucking monster. It was just it was great. You can ask Lori. It was great.
It's a good thing we're not bowling.
Every ball was just like, yeah, that's a strike. Boom. Yeah, every time. So I want that to keep happening, but I don't want my arm to hurt. So we'll see where the sacrifices will come.
Yeah. You sacrifice your body for the pride and the score.
Because I can athlete. If I can do that 12 times, which I know I can do at least 9, I can get a 300, and I haven't got one yet.
I know.
The day to get it, by
already.
the way, was Saturday because it was sanctioned by the USBC. If I'd have got it, I would have got a ring.
Oh.
So if he gave me like 2 more frames, I probably could have got it. It's fine.
You'll do it.
We'll see. No, I just want to get one. I haven't gotten one. Just sad.
Get your ring. Would you buy the ring?
No, probably not.
No?
No.
Come on, you have to.
If I was in a USBC sanctioned league and I did it, I would get a ring for free.
Oh, you would?
Yeah. I think. Right, Lori? But yeah, I don't know if I'd buy it. I'd just be happy.
I mean, you wouldn't like wear it.
I wouldn't. But... Yeah, I wouldn't wear it. I wouldn't know what to do with it. But I would. I just need to know that I can do it. I got some castor oil and massage it into your shoulder and muscles. It does help with inflammation. Castor, like the stuff that goes in my car. Food for thought.
No, I have castor oil.
What's castor oil?
It's like you can put it in soap and stuff like that. It's like
okay.
Oil.
All right, you get the massage.
We almost witnessed a 300.
We did. The guy bowling against me almost got a 300.
Was on the last frame before. Like you?
Yeah, 10th frame. He threw a strike, I think, and then a 9. So, yeah. Like, that damn 10 pin. He had a good ball. He also had a higher average than me, or lower average than me. So weird that he was almost on a 300.
Yeah, I'm starting to call shenanigans a little bit on these bowling leagues.
Well, it's called sandbagging.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But like it's very clear that you're sandbagging. Like you just suck like all semester or whatever it is league. And then by the time you guys get to tournament, you have like a super high handicap. And then all of a sudden you're like a really good bowler.
Yeah.
It's kind of bullshit.
It is kind of bullshit, but people do it.
I know, but like for what?
Sometimes you don't do it on purpose. Like I know that like there are some sandbaggers out there, but there's definitely like people who have good days and bad days. And the oil can change, but like you can tell when someone has like there was someone bowling against Lori that had a higher handicap than Lori, and Lori has like a 150 average, 156, something like that. And so he had like a 140 average. He bowled like 220s.
Yeah.
That guy had a good ball, consistent, and like so he'd at least been bowling that well for the last 5 months.
Yeah.
Like there's no way he all of a sudden was like, oh well, no, I'm gonna be consistent and throw it like this. Like so, I don't know.
I just think why isn't anyone calling him out on that?
Because you can't prove it.
I know, but like, how sad is your life?
Exactly.
Yeah, like, and what'd you say the grand prize was $1,000?
I think so, yeah.
And then you split that amongst your team or something?
I think so, but just because you bowled good doesn't mean you win. So, like, that's the thing. Like, unless you have 4 sandbaggers on a team, you're really not going to do much. So.
Okay, so yeah, like I just
he
feel
gets his points, and he'll probably win $80. Like
yeah,
Lori
like
did.
what's the point?
But, yeah.
Yeah,
he's probably not doing it on purpose. Yeah.
Yeah,
that was crazy. Yeah, he bowled like a 240 or whatever.
Yeah,
come
like, on now.
I'm like, Lori has a 159 average, and I've never seen her bowl a 240. So
yeah,
like all of a sudden you're Mr. 240 with your consistent ass throw. But yeah, it's fine.
I have a interview today.
Yeah, big interview for an internship this morning.
I'm really nervous. I'm really nervous.
It's an interview. You can handle interviews. Just pretend they're a celebrity and you don't want to talk to them.
Yeah, it's just like, because I feel like they're going to ask me like questions about things that I've learned. And I'm starting to like, I just feel like, am I confident? Like, do I know enough things? But
I
then
don't
it's
know.
like for
I
an
don't know why they would
internship, so
quiz
it's
your
kind of
ass.
like,
Yeah.
what do you
What have
want
you
from me?
covered in your classes? Like, what's the most interesting part? Like, you want to do some
Yeah.
test questions here? I'll pretend like I know what I'm talking about. Hi, Kristen. Welcome into the interview.
Nice.
So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Oh God. Yeah. This like the tell me about yourself is it's like you're supposed to give them like the elevator speech. Like,
Yeah.
well, I'm, so and so, blah, blah, blah. Like, I hate that.
All right. So give it to me.
So I would have to say, like, well, I'm in my going into my second year of Capella. I'm going to my residency in 2 weeks. My day job is I'm a radio morning show host that I do with my husband. That's super weird. Um,
So why did you decide to change careers?
It's something I've always wanted to do. Something I've always wanted to do even after I graduated college. I was like, dang it, I should have done that. And I always wanted to go back, but I always thought there would be a right time or I'd have just a pile of money waiting for me to go back to school. I realized neither of those things are ever going to happen. So I just took the bullet and took out a student loan, and here I am.
So why has this been the calling for you? Like, why this profession?
It's always been something I've wanted to do. I feel like I'm really interested in people. I am very curious about their lives, and with the right training, I know that I can help. Helping people has always been a big priority for me. I want to make the world a better place.
Do you have a theory that you're leaning towards using?
I use narrative therapy. Narrative therapy is my theory of choice at the moment, but I'm open to all other theories. But I like White and Epstein's narrative therapy the best.
Okay. Why that one?
I believe that when people come in for therapy, most of the time they kind of understand like their background and stuff like that. Bowen's theory is really great if you're uncovering past like family trauma, but a lot of times when you're dealing with an adult, you kind of already know like what messed you up. So narrative therapy allows you to kind of touch on those issues, but also focus on solutions in the future, and it's very hope and resilient oriented.
So what about our organization made you want to be an intern for us?
Are you reading like from a list of questions?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, my interview today is at the Vancouver Wellness Studio, and I really like them, or I like you, because you treat the mind and the body. There's two different locations. There's a mind location where it's the therapy and it's all different kinds of therapy. But the marriage and family therapy was what I'll work in. But then there's also like massage, acupuncture, things like that.
Good.
What?
Good answer.
Okay. I like that. I feel like you have to treat the whole body as opposed to just the mind sometimes.
Well, you're perfect, as always. That's it.
No, because but like I feel like they're gonna go. Annie is a 15-year-old client that comes to you, and she's experiencing, elimination disorders. What kind of Z code would you use from the DSM-5?
Why
I'd
the
be
hell would they
like,
ask you that? See you later.
The Z.
If they ask you that question, then you don't want to intern there.
Yeah, but it's important to know. Like,
not off the top of your head.
I know. Like, I mean, people like so the DSM.
They know you're a student.
I know that's the thing, but like I'm in the DSM-5 class, which is required for any internship, which is the diagnosing. So like we learn about symptoms and we learn how to diagnose people, and Z codes are like additions to the problem. So somebody comes to you and they have let's say they have anorexia, okay? So anorexia nervosa is the clinical term.
I haven't heard that in a while.
And so that's the diagnosis. But under the Z code, it could be that they're houseless, like they're homeless, that they have relational problems with their parents, that they have military, like they were deployed, or like there's a whole host of other things. And when you're filling out the forms for insurance, they ask for all the Z codes. Okay. So like what could possibly be? So it also could be like she also has this eating disorder, but she also has major depressive disorder. So you have to like find the symptoms and go, okay, I can treat for this. I can treat for this. Like these are relational things, whatever. She'll need a medical consultant for that kind of thing.
Yeah. All stuff you learn while interning, I'm sure.
I hope.
Yeah. They got to prepare you for something. So
I know.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be, are you a good person? Do you show up on time? And do you smell?
Yeah, I hope. I had an interview for an internship a couple months ago and I didn't get it. So now I'm kind of like, and now I kind of understand why I didn't get it.
Why?
What?
Why?
Because they really wanted somebody with a background in therapy. Like they wanted
Okay.
somebody that had like a bachelor's. My bachelor's from college is in radio, TV, and film.
Yeah, it's
And
gonna
so
be
when you
tough.
look at a resume, you kind of go, "What?"
Why?
And so I need somebody to look past that a little bit and realize like I'm going to have a master's in this.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter
Are you
if I
gonna have a
have a
master's in
bachelor.
this?
What?
Are you gonna have a master's in this? Like, do you have to get a bachelor's in this before you get a master's in this?
No, I'll have a master's.
Okay, so this will be
I don't need a bachelor's.
to get a master's
Not in the not in no.
in
Well,
general,
well, so you need a bachelor's degree to get a
to get a master's
master's.
degree.
Yes,
Yeah,
you need to have completed a 4-year university.
but you don't need it in the same
No,
field.
you don't need it in the same field. Some do.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
Some
education.
do.
You would have probably assumed that.
Yeah, like there's
4
a lot
years.
of times that you do, and there's a lot of schools of psychology and stuff that that require a bachelor's in it to get a master's in it.
Yeah.
This one didn't, which
Okay.
is another
And will
reason
you
why I
have to
chose it.
do like a master's dissertation kind of thing? Like
I don't have to do a dissertation because I'm not going to be a PhD.
Okay.
So I'm not like
I thought
Dr.
that's what a
Don.
master's is.
No, so I don't have to do a thesis.
Okay.
A PhD is a thesis oriented.
Okay.
So like PhD is like the educational doctor. So there's masters like me.
Yeah, there's MD.
There's
PhD.
MD that's a doctor, and
Yeah.
then there's a PsyD. So, yeah.
Hey, yo, bitch! I got great communication skills.
What's the kind of therapy that focuses on results?
None.
Yeah, like it depends on what kind of results you're looking for. But if you're thinking of like, I have an issue, I'd like a solution, that kind
Yeah,
of thing.
6 weeks to get to that solution.
Yeah, so like you would want any kind of like brief therapy. So brief therapy is between like 8 and 12 sessions. By then you should pretty much be done.
Problem fixed.
Yeah, solution focused theory is one of the things that I would look at, and also narrative therapy. That's another reason why I like it. The problem is you don't have the long-term clients like my friend Jenny over there
Who just wants
who just was like,
Yeah.
so what are you complaining about this week?
Here's your pill.
So but like you fix them and you send them out the door kind of thing. But
Yeah.
but some people want to get into like their past and they want to talk about daddy, that kind of thing. And that's just like not the therapy to do it. So my mom is texting me.
What? Hey, yo, bitch! What do you want?
Hey, yo, bitch. What? What
want?
can I help you with, mother?
Streamlabs, yeah. Can't say yo, bitch.
We are home. Drove 11 hours yesterday. We'll never do that again. I'm too old for that. But good to be home. Hope all is well with you.
Why the hell would they drive 11 hours?
Because they went to Philadelphia or something
Which
like
was
that.
a terrifying 11 hours.
Yes,
'Cause
but
we
my
know who
mom,
drove.
my mom said that she was going to drive 50% of it. So let's see if it actually
Yeah,
happens.
did she? Yeah. Interesting.
My dad is a really terrifying driver.
Terrifying. It's 'cause he
Terrifying
can't
driver.
see,
Well,
and
he
he's
has
old.
he can see fine. He's a diabetic.
Oh,
And
that's
so he
bad.
has neuropathy in his feet, so he can't feel like the pressure he's putting on pedals. So like there's like a lot of like jerkiness and like
Well, there's
stopping
also-
really
yeah,
and then
I don't know.
speeding up really fast, and he can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
And he doesn't take care of it. So
Yeah, but
it's
there's
getting
something else
worse.
with him, the driving. Like, he also had, like, he can't stay in the lane. That's
No.
what bothers the shit out of me. So I'm assuming there's some sort of vision impairment there.
I don't think there's
like-
vision. I think it's just he's not paying attention. Like
Because, like, he'll drive and then he'll be on the line and he'll go, whoa, not on the line. And he'll go, whoa, not on the
Yeah.
line. It's not like it's like,
No,
whoa,
no.
get off the line.
I
Whoa,
agree
get
with
off the
that.
line.
He does wear glasses, but only to read. And so
That's
I
what
don't
he
know.
tells you. Parasite therapy is needed for a bunch of people. I think that would help for many.
I've never heard of parasite therapy.
It sounds like you're going to put a parasite in somebody.
I don't know what that is, Ginger.
That's faculty shit.
That is not something marriage and family therapy covers. But this clinic that I'm interviewing at specializes in a very specific form of like post-traumatic stress therapy.
That's depressing.
Where it's a rapid eye movement.
That's very specific. Yeah.
It's very specific. It's very trendy right now. So a lot of people are looking for it. But it takes like
How's it trend?
Yeah, because like a
trends?
lot of celebrities are using it. God, let me look up the name of it real quick because
Rapid eye therapy.
the person that made it kind of popular was Prince Harry. Because he said that it's like changed his life. And like a bunch of other celebrities came out and said like, oh my God, like it's the eye movement desensitizing and reprocessing. So it's EMDR.
Okay.
So it's your eye movement is studied, and you're like you go through a therapy where your eye movement is observed while you're
Okay.
talking about traumatic events. And apparently in a single session, like you can feel a lot of relief
Because they figure out
because
work.
it's on TikTok. Yeah, it's just really popular right now.
Interesting. So it's just a way to analyze what's bothering you.
Yeah,
basically?
it's just a way of like I don't
Hey, you
know.
looked up to the left. You're full of shit.
Yeah, like it kind of gives like so I haven't had any training in it. I've only studied it just a little bit. It's a legitimate form of therapy. I'm not trying to take anything away from it. But it does give me kind of Scientology vibes. You know how like they have the e-meter
Yeah.
where it's like they hold on to the little like electronic things and it's almost like a lie detector. And the more they talk about trauma, and then the less it moves, like the more healed they are.
Yeah.
Like it kind of reminds me of that. And like there is kind of a philosophy of like the more you talk about it, the better it gets for you. Like
guess,
if you
yeah.
suppress it, like it gets harder to talk about. But I was just kind of like, I don't know.
Well, the eyes are connected to the brain, so
It's true. It's true. Like I'm not again.
There
it's
is
a
eye stuff.
legitimate form of therapy. I'm not
I don't know
trying
if
to.
it's a legitimate, but yeah.
It is though.
But-
Like in the scientific community, it's been studied. People have had great results with it. I don't know enough about it. Just from face value, it seems kind of like okay. I have to learn a little bit
But
more.
everyone wants to try it.
But
because,
everyone wants to do it because all the celebrities are doing it.
I know someone that used that and it worked for her. It isn't a one and done.
It isn't a one and done. They say that you'll find relief after the first episode or like the first session, but that there is multiples. But it's not meant to be a long term therapy.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be something you do like your whole life. But I'm glad that it's working for somebody.
Yeah.
That's all. It doesn't matter
That's all
how we get
therapy's
there.
about. Yeah.
It's just the
If
end
you
result should always
feel-
be the same.
If you feel better at the end, it's successful.
I'm just gonna flick people in the forehead until they feel better. That's gonna be the Kristen Flowers method. Why study anything? when you
Kristen
can-
Flick.
it needs to be tender enough that they know that you have empathy, but hard enough where they go,
It jars something.
it jars a memory. Yeah, that's my goal.
Okay.
I'm gonna take some government money and I'm gonna study that.
You should. Kids flicking people on the forehead wake up their brain.
So like I've been trying to get all these scholarships or whatever, so I don't have to pay for this whole school thing.
That'd be nice.
And I stumbled upon the government website where they talk about all the government funds that they have available for specific studies. And if you want to apply for these studies, you can get this grant money or whatever. I don't apply for any. I don't qualify for anything because I don't have a PhD or whatever. But I was looking at some of them, and I'm just like, you're gonna spend $3.5 million on this particular study. Like it just, and then it's like funded by the blah 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 the Good Sleep Foundation.
Yeah, I
also
want to show
sleep
that
number.
using my sleep numbers are better for sleeping.
Can you show that having a mattress on a bed is better for sleeping?
Yeah,
you know,
much.
it's so
Something
they can
in their favor.
so they can throw it in the commercials. That's
Yeah.
like 9 out of 10 therapists believe that your life will be better if you use a mattress.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like,
those bullshit studies that get paid for by co
I know. I'm like, I kind of want to get my PhD just like so that I can tap into all this
You should.
grant money.
Yeah.
And just be like, oh well, I'm gonna pay myself $1 million, and then I'm gonna take $1 million, and I'm gonna talk about why mattresses are needed for a good night's sleep.
You wouldn't be the first one to do
And
it.
I will interview
so.
10 people, and I'll say, do you feel like your life has improved because there's a mattress on your bed? And they'll be like, well, yeah. And I go,
This specific mattress?
good mental health, mattresses on bed.
Do you like a mattress that fits you well? Like, do you want a mattress that's comfy or not comfy?
Like the shrimp on a treadmill.
Comfy.
What the hell is that? Hold on a second. What's a shrimp on a treadmill? Researchers measure activity of an exercising shrimp by time, speed, and oxygen level. This is amazing. The policy of silly studies. Oh, NPR did a whole thing on it.
Yeah. Well, let's watch
Oh
it.
my God. Go, shrimp, go. Go, shrimp, go. Oh,
Aw.
oh.
Well, you got to move the treadmill.
Oh,
There you
yeah,
go.
that's right. Okay. Nope.
Oh.
Oh, he's cruising.
Go, little man, go.
Go, 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 go. She works hard for the money. So hard for it, honey.
Oh.
Oh, whoa,
No.
whoa, whoa.
Oh.
Well, they don't get a break? I can't go on the treadmill that long. I need a second, but they could float.
There you go.
Oh, you got to increase the incline.
Slow.
It's like that shrimp jello
Yeah.
casserole. Yeah.
That shrimp's going to be tasty AF. No fat on that shrimp.
Just bought Kenzie's mattress topper. Now it's time to get it to the East Coast. Oh,
Shrimp are
God.
creepy looking.
You gotta ship it there. Like, have it shipped there.
I feel bad that I want to eat. Like, I eat shrimp, but they look creepy.
Yeah, they're bugs. Ugh. If you need a person to interview as a subject, I'd be happy to help. Oh, thanks, Ginger.
About the shrimp?
No, about does a mattress
Oh, yeah.
make you have better mental health? Well, Jesus, I never knew I needed to see a shrimp on a treadmill, but now I don't think I could live without it.
Yeah. Now you're going to be able to reference that to other people in the
Like the
business.
shrimp on a treadmill.
Oh, what is this?
Oh, you don't
what is
know
this? A
that
shrimp
is?
on a treadmill?
You haven't read the NPR report about this?
There's going to be those people, you know.
Thanks for making me pompous.
So are you into the community as well? Like, because, like, for instance, I'm now a little more into bowling, so my TikTok is bowling.
Yeah.
Like, are you into the therapy community?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're like, people are like, what is this, a shrimp on a treadmill? And you get the reference now? Like, yeah.
No, I don't.
That's no Bowen's theory.
No, because therapy has become so mainstream now, which is good. We want it to be mainstream. We want it to be accessible, and we want it to be not something stigmatized. But because of that, there's so many therapy influencers now that are like people that are doctors, but they're all talking about like, here's how you improve your marriage. Here's 5 steps here's 5 things when your marriage is over. Like, there's all different kinds of things, and I follow all of those people. So why do I follow them? Because I think that they provide interesting information, and they're saying it in a really conversational way. And I think that's something that I definitely want to work on, because I have the information up here, but sometimes saying it sounds too textbooky, because I'm like, well, so like I follow them and I go, oh, that made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I'm going to save this so that I can listen to it again and kind of understand how they're saying things, so that like a normal person can understand it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you have the communication skills, so that's a good background to start with. So.
Yeah, like I think I'm a good communicator by default because of my industry or whatever. Yeah. And I have good improv skills because I was an improv troupe. So I think I can think on my feet fast. But sometimes, especially when you're getting into like theory, the person doesn't want to see how the sausage is made. They just want to they just want a sausage to eat.
Just give me a damn sausage.
So it's, instead of being like, well, what so and so says about this, like you just kind of go, well, you know,
those are the worst people.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody wants therapy from that.
Nietzsche once said,
right? And like,
fuck Nietzsche.
That's and like that's what therapy always was. It was like, sit on the couch, lay on the couch, and tell me about your father. And it's like very not like that anymore. It's very much evolved, and so we kind of have to evolve with it and be like the cool doctors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you can be cool.
I don't think I can be.
I
don't know if anyone's ever described
You're around me. It'll rub off.
I don't know if anyone's called me cool.
It'll rub off eventually. How cool I am. It'll rub off onto you.
Oh, God. Like, yeah, tell me more about bowling.
I make bowling cool. I make people want to bowl.
Bowling cool.
They're like, well, if Nick can do it, maybe it's not so bad.
You're the bad boy of bowling.
There's already a bad boy.
Lori's laughing her ass off right now.
They see me bowl and they go, I think I'm gonna bowl like Nick. Nick bowls. I'm a bowler.
He brings in his wheelie bag with all of his bowling patches on it, and people, there's a hush that falls over the bowling alley.
I'm definitely the one holding the least balls in that room. So, Mike brings in like 9 balls. I'm like, why?
So what do you think of that? Do you think he's a bowling pretentious bowler?
Yeah. I think anybody with more than 3 balls, because I have 3 balls, is pretentious. Like, especially on a house lane. Like, I get why you have 9 balls. Like, you got 9 balls because if you're in tournaments, you probably need 9 balls. You need to bring all 9 of your balls.
Okay.
Because depending on the pattern, you need to have the right ball for that pattern.
Sure.
You have the one throw, and sometimes the pattern throws that shit off, so you have the ball specifically for that pattern. However, if this is the same shot every week, like, you need 1 fucking ball. Like, stop being a dick. Like, you don't need 9 balls.
He kind of does. We see him bowling.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
I do. I hush the crowd. Is that what it's saying? No. But yeah, like, to have 9 balls.
He's the bad boy of bowling.
Yeah, to have like 9 balls
it.
at a house shot that you throw every week, like, it's stupid. Unless you're just trying to play with your balls.
Yeah,
but, like,
maybe he just wants to play with
the ball. He doesn't,
ball.
because he only brings the 2 out. So it's when he sucks that he goes, I got another ball, and he throws that ball and it still sucks. So it's not the ball.
It's not the ball, bro.
You're both are cool beans, and we appreciate you. Gonna go, please. All right,
All
bye,
right.
Ginger.
Well, we should probably go too.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, thanks for talking about my balls with me, Nick. They see me rolling. They hate it. Thank you.
No, there's
All right.
cigarette dangling out of his mouth.
I wish. I almost had one on Saturday. I was like, I can go for a cigarette. But no. Trying to keep them all in rotation and wearing the same.
Takes off his leather jacket.
That's not how balls work.
Throws it on the ground and grabs his ball.
I agree with Nick. Bring 2 balls. Quit being a douche about it. Now there's interchangeable thumb holes that make people even douchier looking. Because like they'll drill it. They'll have a
your thumb doesn't change.
It does.
I know it gets swollen.
Makes sense. It makes sense, but you're a dick about it. Like because it's such a
bye, says Olivia.
It's such a performance. Because there's one guy that has it, and he has like the cheap version, I'm assuming, but he has like a plug. He goes in, pulls that thumb out, puts that thumb in the other hole, or like it's switched every time. And I'm like, you don't need to switch it every time. You're done the thing that changed that much. Then there's like ones that you put in, and you can spin the ball, and it locks it in, or you like do like a spin. And so it's like it's just a performance. You pick up the ball,
you're peacocking.
And locked in my thumb. I'm good to go. Like, and then they pull the thumb out when they're done. And like.
Oh God, I would not do well in your world.
That's a new thing. And now I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And now I see it, I'm like, it's douchey.
Yeah.
I'm not a yellow pumpkin. I'm assuming that's the yellow pumpkin one. But anyway.
By the way, Nick has decided he is a yellow pumpkin. We'll talk about that more tomorrow.
Yeah. I don't know why, but yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.